The story begins 3 years before the current timeline. On an island surrounded by explosions, ships' weapons prove useless against the threat, leaving humanity dependent on hunters. We then see a group of hunters battling giant ants. Many are killed, but some powerful hunters arrive: Fugi, Big Tiger, and Manob. Manob heals the wounded instantly. Fugi uses lightning attacks, and Big Tiger smashes the monsters with brute strength. They manage to defeat a giant white ant, but soon realize it wasn't even the real boss, as more waves of ants appear. Meanwhile, other hunters like Machine also fight using fire abilities. The narration reveals the origin of this world. 10 years ago, a gate appeared connecting Earth to another dimension filled with monsters. People who awakened magical powers became hunters, ranked from S to E. But some, no matter how hard they trained, remained weak. The story shifts to the present. We meet Nobuharu Mishima, his friend Shinta, and finally our main character Sung Jin Woo, known as the weakest hunter of all mankind. Despite his frailty, Jin Woo still participates in raids to support his sick mother, missing father, and younger sister in college. During a dungeon raid, Jin Woo struggles. His knife breaks, and he's nearly killed by a goblin until others save him. His team complains about the lack of mana crystals, but then they discover a hidden tunnel, possibly a double dungeon. Despite warnings, greed pushes them to vote, and Jin Woo ultimately agrees to enter. Inside, they find a strange temple filled with massive statues and ominous rules carved into the floor. Praise God, worship God, trust God, or die. Suddenly, the exit seals shut. A statue beheads a hunter who tries to escape, shocking everyone. Jin Woo realizes this dungeon is far beyond D rank, it's a death trap. As panic spreads, the largest statue locks eyes with Jin Woo. He screams for everyone to bow, but it's too late. The statue attacks, killing many hunters instantly. Trapped and hopeless, Jin Woo faces certain death. Trapped in the temple like double dungeon, the hunters realize the giant statues will attack if anyone moves carelessly. Captain Song, bleeding from a severed hand, warns everyone to stay still. Jin Woo notices the rules carved into the floor and deduces the first one: worship the god means everyone must kneel below a certain head height. When they bow, the statue stops targeting them, confirming his hunch. Panic returns when one hunter sprints for the gate and is instantly vaporized by the god statue's laser. Jin Woo keeps testing the rules. The second praise the god isn't verbal prayer, it's tied to the statues holding musical instruments. He directs survivors beneath those statues, which activate harmlessly in play, while weapon-holding statues remain lethal. During the scramble, several hunters are crushed or cut down. Jin Woo narrowly survives and drags himself beneath a music statue, but his leg is badly mangled. Healer Ju Hee overexerts herself to keep him alive. A new phase begins. An altar rises from the floor as the third rule, trust the god, kicks in. Blue and red flames light up around the altar, and Jin Woo realizes the door is a test. If anyone breaks formation or flees, the flames die and the statues advance. Fear fractures the group. Some bolt for the gate, causing more deaths and the door to partially close. Song knocks Ju Hee out for her safety and carries her through the gate when Jin Woo insists they go. Alone amid the statues, Jin Woo braces for death. He's maimed, an arm severed, a spear through his abdomen and laid on the altar. As the killing blow lands, a screen appears: Secret Quest, Courage of the Weak. You are qualified to become a player. Your heart will stop in 0.2 seconds if you do not accept. Someone selects yes, and Jin Woo's fate is left on a cliffhanger. Jin Woo, who seemed to die in the temple, wakes up in a hospital fully healed. Confused, he wonders if everything was just a dream. Soon, 2 officials from the Hunter Association, Inukai and Shun, arrive. They reveal he was unconscious for 3 days. Only 6 hunters survived. Song lost an arm, and Ju Hee is so traumatized she might never fight again. Strangely, when they investigated, the temple and statues had completely vanished. Inukai suspects Jin Woo went through a second awakening, a rare event that can turn weak hunters into A or even S ranks. But when Jin Woo is tested with a mana detector, his reading is only 10, far weaker than even an E rank. Disappointed, they leave, calling him just an ordinary human. Yet, Jin Woo still sees the mysterious system screen. Curious, he learns it works like a game. It gives daily quests with rewards for completion and harsh penalties for failure. Since he's still recovering, Jin Woo ignores the quests only to be teleported to a desert as punishment. There, he must survive 4 hours against giant centipedes. Terrified, he somehow endures, and the moment the timer ends, he's returned to the hospital room. The system then grants him rewards, full recovery, stat points, and loot boxes. His first loot box gives him a key to an instance dungeon. Determined to grow stronger for his sick mother and sister, Jin Woo begins training and investing points into strength. Soon, he uses the key at Hebang Station, unlocking a personal dungeon only he can enter. The exit seals behind him he can only escape by defeating the boss. Inside, Jin Woo faces his first challenge, 3 goblins. Unlike before, he dodges their attacks and kills them, realizing he's already improving. But before he can relax, a wolf-type monster leaps at him. It's far stronger than the goblins, shattering his weapon instantly. Frozen in fear, Jin Woo wonders if he's truly scared. Jin Woo struggles in hand-to-hand combat and keeps dodging to survive. He wishes for a weapon and suddenly remembers the system. Shouting inventory, he discovers he actually has one. To his surprise, he pulls out a sword worth 3 million won, which he didn't even realize was stored there. Armed with the sword, Jin Woo defeats the wolf and then faces 2 more monsters. At first, his blade gets stuck, but with sheer strength, he cuts down the enemy, earning his first level up. He realizes fighting monsters raises his level faster than daily quests, and each level boosts his stats automatically. Although his body still feels light, he's clearly stronger now. As Jin Woo continues deeper, he fights multiple waves of wolves, leveling up quickly and earning the title Wolf Assassin. However, his sword starts chipping, reminding him that weapons won't last forever. Luckily, he gains items, gold coins, and even a teleportation stone that could let him leave. But instead of escaping, Jin Woo decides to push forward for greater strength. At the bottom of the dungeon, he encounters the boss, Blue Venom-Fanged Kasaka, a massive scaled creature. Its defense is so strong that his sword is useless. Beaten badly, Jin Woo remembers the words of Captain Song, "Prove to the world you're not the weakest." With renewed determination, Jin Woo abandons his sword and uses his bare hands to crush through Kasaka's scales. After a brutal fight, he finally kills the boss, earning a powerful reward, Kasaka's Venom Fang Dagger, a weapon that can paralyze enemies. The dungeon disappears, and Jin Woo returns to the station. Outside, soldiers scold him for being in a restricted area, but upon learning he's a hunter, they take him to a nearby dungeon break where hunters struggle against a D-rank boss. Jin Woo quietly watches and notices Ju Hee among them, still shaken. When the hunters fail to damage the boss's defense, Jin Woo throws his broken sword, shattering its protection. The others finish the kill, but one hunter wonders who was skilled enough to break the boss's guard. Jin Woo leaves silently, thinking to himself that he didn't expect the fight to end in one hit. Ju Hee notices him, but he walks away without looking back. Jin Woo keeps training with the daily quests, and his transformation shocks everyone. The nurses gossip about how the once weak E-rank hunter now looks sharp and well-built. One nurse even develops a crush, and, during his discharge, nervously asks for his phone number. Jin Woo agrees, thinking it might be useful later. At home, his sister notices his improved physique. After sending her to school, Jin Woo checks the system. He still owes a 10 kilometers run and considers where to spend his stat points, deciding to boost intelligence for better long-term growth. But reality interrupts his landlord calls, reminding him about unpaid rent. Jin Woo reassures him he'll pay soon, realizing hunting is now the fastest way to earn money. Still, he knows entering high-rank gates will draw attention, since continuous rank-ups are suspicious. Soon after, Jin Woo meets Dong-suk, a C-rank hunter leading a small raid party. They don't want him as a fighter, but as a porter carrying supplies. For this, he'll be paid 2 million won, but no share of loot. Jin Woo accepts. The party has 4 C-rank hunters, 2 D ranks, and 1 rich D rank named Yu Jin Ho the Rich Kid, clad in flashy, expensive armor. Jin Ho confidently tells Jin Woo not to worry, it's his first C-rank raid, and he'll protect him. Jin Woo just listens quietly. Before entering, Jin Woo signs a waiver contract stating that if he dies inside, the others hold no responsibility, a common but shady practice. Inside, glowstones light the corridors, and the atmosphere is unsettlingly quiet. Jin Woo senses monsters before anyone else, warning the group of incoming insect-type beasts. At first, no one else hears them, but then the sound grows louder, and a swarm of ant-like monsters attacks. Dong-suk's team works in formation. One hunter draws aggro, others strike. Their teamwork is smooth, and they quickly mow down the insects. But when one sneaks behind, Jin Woo reacts instantly, killing it with a simple kick.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.